Well, it's a Thursday morning. Welcome to the sports segment here on the AM Show. I'm Benedict Owusu. Always a pleasure joining you here. Yesterday in Europe, some interesting results, especially in the Carabao Cup second semi-final, which was played at the Etihad Stadium, where City hammered Brighton. Also, there was an upset in the French Cup where Paris Saint-Germain lost their first game of the season. They lost to, Guingamp, that are bottom of the top flight. We'll talk about that later. Also, we'll do a bit of transfer news. My colleague Orioku Ampofo will join me. We'll do a bit of transfer news. We understand that Chelsea are almost wrapping up a deal for Gonzalo Higuain. Also, we'll see what will happen to Arsenal as Ramsey is moving to Juventus. That deal confirmed. And we'll talk a lot more about rumours as well, since we are in the transfer season. But we have to start here on the local scene. And Aduana Stars CEO Albert Comey insists that there will be further consultations at the club before reaching a decision to play in the Ghana Football Association Normalization Committee special competition. Now, Comey is not happy with the financial package for playing in the competition, and for him, the club must weigh their options before deciding to play.
You just do the mathematics around it, you can realize that it's the whole story. Because if I'm going to move around for 8 matches and I'm getting $20,000, you and I know that it's meager when it comes in terms of Aduana. We have to call the players, pay salaries, pay certain administrative over chest, and then the transportation in and out and camping situations, traveling costs and that kind of thing. So for me, I would say that I wasn't impressed, but they've given us the idea. It's left with me to also go and share with our other officers and see work through about it, whether it is feasible. We have to be very careful because, well, I'm not expecting much from them. Because you and I know very well that they are professionals in their own rights. But when it comes to football, I don't think that they are at the level that we all expect them to do a lot of football things. So I would say that, well, we've heard them. We'll think through and take a decision.
Your remarks, could it be that Aduana Stars will not participate in this competition if it doesn't go well with your other people you're going to consult?
Yes, I'm the CEO, but I'm not the only decision making in the club. And I also believe in collective decision, and so we're going to meet them and decide.
All right, so Albert Comey, CEO of Aduana Stars. Well, we can also hear from Ashanti Go CEO Fred Champon. He, despite raising concerns over the financial package, insists that they will participate in the competition set to begin on January 26th.
We do not have option. That's the new order because we've been home without competitive football, even though we've been engaged in some friendly matches. And so if this is coming in as a stopgap competition, we must subscribe to it.
Are we okay with the modalities and everything?
Yeah, the modalities is a thing that is not bad because it guarantees minimum of 8 matches for each club. But where we would have queries is the financial reward in there, because I think that is woefully inadequate. If you consider the amount of money that goes into match expenses and preparation towards matches, you consider that it's just a fraction of how much the club spends on match expenses. And then you don't even brought in the consideration of monthly salaries and other remunerations as well. This, even just for match preparation, they cannot even match up to it.
Did the clubs give the committee an idea of how this will be a problem and that they have to address it?
Well, we raised a series of issues there, and they've promised to go back to the drawing board and revert on Friday when they do the media launch. So we expect some favourable conditions and modalities towards the competition.
All right, so Ghana Football Association Normalization Committee Chairman Dr. Kofi Amwa has an answer for Frederick Champon, who is CEO of Ashanti Go, Albert Comey, CEO of Aduana Stars. According to him, the FA cannot absorb all the cost in playing the competition.
I mean, the FA cannot absorb everything. The FA is trying to do exactly what it's supposed to do, go out there and tell the story of the restructuring of Ghana football to see if we can get corporate sponsorship, for instance. We have met with government representatives. We've done what we can. But we are also happy that, let me put on record, that the Ghana government has been very, very encouraging, and knowing that where the football status is going to be difficult to get sponsorship. The Ghana government has stepped forward and provided some funds so that we can start playing football again.
And at this point that we sit here, can we confidently say that this competition will come off, even with the reservations?
Oh, we are, well, I mean, from our point of view, it should come on. We are going to do the draw on Friday. As we speak, we have set up a committee to go around the country to inspect the pitches, and then we'll select the ones that we think are match ready. So internally here at the FA, we are ready to move forward. By the conversation we've had with the club owners and club administrators, nobody has told me that they will not participate. So I have to assume that we're going to go 100% forward.
All right, so that was Dr. Kofi Amwa. He's chairman of the Football Association Normalization Committee. Well, they've been giving the Kumasi Asante Kotoko the backing to do very well in this year's CAF Confederation Cup. And Asante Kotoko on January 13, that's this coming weekend, will be in Cameroon to play against Cotton Sport in a playoff of their CAF Confederation Cup game. Well, we are privileged to have on the line Communications Director of the club, Safo Duku. Hi, Samuel, thanks so much for joining me. Your club should have left today, but we understand you're having some issues. What's happening?
No, we have always set Friday as the date for the departure, so nothing has changed.
It wasn't Thursday, Friday rather?
Yes.
Okay, so how about a bit of the charter flight, the Unity Air? Are we still going with that?
No, there has been a change.
So what's the change?
Yeah, we are flying with Askai.
You are flying? Okay.
Yes, Askai Airlines.
Please go ahead.
The team is set to leave here on Friday, as tomorrow, at 10:50 a.m. They will do a 2-hour transit in Togo. Then from there we fly directly to Cameroon, and then we hope to get there by 5:30 p.m.
Okay, but the initial plan was to go with a charter flight, that's a Unity Air. Why that change?
So in fact, initially we arranged with Askai, and then when we realized that the return trip will not be in the best interest of the club, as opposed to on Tuesday, we had an option. Unity Air came in when we got the information that they have satisfied all the requirements. But just 2 days ago, an issue cropped up that the pilot was having some challenges with his passport. So we decided that if the opportunity of traveling with Askai was still there, then we cannot take risk. So we decided to settle with them.
All right, Safo, thanks so much for your time. We will definitely will touch base with you and build up to that big game, because we want Asante Kotoko to get a good result away in Cameroon and then make the second leg, which will be played at the Barbara Stadium in a week's time, a mere formality. So that was Samuel Safo Duku, his communications director of Kumasi Asante Kotoko.